Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in to Monday Morning Handicapping. This is going to be the racing preview edition for this weekend. I took last weekend off, just got real busy and couldn't put out a video in time for any of the big races last weekend, but listened to a lot of podcasts about some upcoming races, and Prairie Meadows is a track that I don't play very often, so I wanted to take a look at one of their big stakes on the weekend, maybe of the year from what it sounded like. It is the Grade 3 Prairie Meadows Cornhusker Handicap, purse of $300,000. It is the 9th race tomorrow, July 6, 2024. It is a mile and 1/8 on the dirt. And before I give out my last pick, I should add a little caveat that I put these picks out a day in advance. So last week I was kind of worried of scratches leading to a lone pace setter, and that's sort of what happened. And a lone leader is pretty dangerous. Those horses tend to run very well when they can make the lead and not be contested for that lead. They can relax and just set their own pace and not have to overexert themselves. Yeah, and a little caveat that I put these out before scratches, so when I talk about pace scenarios, speed horses, if there are scratches, if other speed horses that I mentioned get scratched out of the race, you can kind of bump up the other speed horses just because they'll have less to deal with early in the race. But I just wanted to get that out of the way. And before scratches, my top pick is going to be the second choice on the betting line, Hit Show number 6. He's 3-1 on the morning line. The favorite is Red Route 1, number 5. He's 5-2 on the morning lines. This horse has a jockey that rides well. He's a 21% winner. He's ridden this horse 3 times with 2 different wins. His first race at 4 years old was a 95 buyer, which isn't his top, but it's good to see them come back from their 3-year-old season into their 4-year-old year, see if they've lost a step or not. And while it's not his top buyer in his career, which was a 99, it's right up there, and many horses, especially with good trainers like Brad Cox, can improve. This horse was even money that race, so he was and the favorite, so he was expected to win, but he came out, did what he was supposed to do, so no hiccups in his racing, knew what he was doing. The horse is also out of a Tappet mare, so his mom's father was Tappet, who, from what little I know about pedigree, should indicate that this horse should like distance, so a mile and an eighth should not be an issue. This horse, if you look down here and on these green bar, this horse definitely runs a mile and a half, mile and an eighth, so distance does not seem to be an issue for this horse. The race before, his most recent, was his last as a 3-year-old, September 24th. He was 12th out of 12, so he was on the far outside, was 7 wide, only lost by 2 lengths to the favorite in this race, being 7 wide, starting from the outside post, so I can forgive that loss there. The race before that was sloppy track. He didn't run well, ran a 90 buyer, which isn't bad overall, but against Forte, who was the Kentucky Derby favorite before scratching, Saudi Crown, who was a next out winner. This horse also hit the gate and was 4 wide, so ran not great in the slop. Hopefully there's no wet track at Prairie Meadows tomorrow. The race before that was a mile and a half, and this is where he ran his career best. He was up near the lead. Again, lost to some pretty good horses. Arcangelo, who came back to win next time out after winning this Grade 1 at Belmont. Forte, who won his next time out, running second in this race to Arcangelo, who's a really good horse. Horse again, Hit Show, was also 4 and 5 wide. So ran wide and ran respectably and ran his best race going wide. This horse is also by Brad Cox, who's a very good trainer, so when you look down at his work tab, I am not surprised to see some bullets here. May 11th was his last race, so if we draw kind of a vertical line here, his workout since then, 4 furlongs and 48, 4 and 49, 5 and 59, 5 and 59 and 1 with a bullet, meaning fastest of the day at the distance at the track. Next one, 5 at 1 minute flat, another bullet, fastest of the day at the track at the distance. So this horse, off the layoff, ran very well, and its 4-year-old debut has been training very well since. I don't see any setbacks coming. Granted, it is the second choice, so not a lot of value. I also think that the pace scenario sets up well for this horse, who can kind of sit up close, wait, and make his move. This race is a field of 11, and I think the 11 and the 3 are definite sends, meaning their only option is to go to the front. And the thing about the 3 is it's coming from lower class races, and the favorite in this race is the 5. So the 3 and the 5 are trained by the same trainer. The 5, who's the favorite, is a deep closer, and the 3 is an all-out speed runner, it looks like to me on paper. Same with the 11. So it seems like the trainer of the favorite has brought the 3 into this race to ensure a really hot pace to tire out all those horses that are going to be on the front or near the front. But I think the 6 Hit Show is just classy enough to sit right off of them. I feel like he's going to be about 3rd or 4th in the 2 path, 1 horse's distance off of the rail, for those of you who don't know what each path is. So the most inner part next to the rail is the 1 path. The 2 path would be if a second horse was outside of another, 3 path outside of him, and so on and so forth. So I think this horse is talented enough, classy enough to sit right off of those 2, maybe even 3 front runners, get a clean trip, and make his move around the far turn and just keep running, because again, I don't think the distance is an issue for this horse. I also think that the 1, 4, maybe the 9 could also play a part in the fast pace scenario. And I think Hit Show can just sit right behind any speed duel, and again, has the class to run by him when they start to get a little leg weary. So number 6 Hit Show, 3-1 on the morning line. I predict he'll be 5-2 to 7-2, so 3-1 seems like a fair morning line to me. The favorite is a talented horse. I just think he's going to be coming from way far back in the pack. Hit Show will be up close, looks to be fit, looks to like the distance, and I think the trip is what's going to make a difference. I might even think of a 6/5 exacta, but in terms of winning, I think number 6 Hit Show should put on a good show tomorrow, and we'll see. So good luck, everybody, and thanks for watching.